Hi guys, welcome back. Today we'll be taking a look at Alibaba. Before I begin, remember take a second to give the video a like and subscribe to stay updated with the market. Do note that I do not provide any buy or sell calls, but focus on potential traps set up by market makers. Without further ado, let's take a look at Alibaba. So the one listed in New York is BABA, and let's take a look at it. So you can see that on the way up, this was a rebound, but it seems like just a short-term rally. You see that we did struggle to actually close above this 50% at 102.96. We hit this resistance and then found some resistance there and managed to sell off thereafter. So we did not even test this 61.8% at 108. So that is not a good sign at all for Alibaba. And you can see that this red baseline acted as a very, very strong resistance for Alibaba and did not even clear it. So next up was this blue line support of this blue conversion line. Yet again, we did not find any support on it. In fact, we closed below it rather for the week. So that is a very, very bearish sign for Alibaba. In fact, if you look at the potential supports for Alibaba, so these were the potential supports. And it seems like 90.10 did not hold. In fact, we closed at 90.05. So this 38.2% seems to be destroyed. And next up, we'll be looking at this 23.6% at 86.93. So if these do not hold, then we're likely to test back this 81.80. And if once again, if this were to break down, we're likely to see this $80 as a very strong psychological support for Alibaba. And yet at the same time, we can close this gap that was created sometime between $80 and 81.80. So this gap is likely to be closed. So you can see that this is a very strong support here. In the event that market makers were to break the previous support and many people put their stop losses here, perhaps somewhere between $78 to $80, then there's a chance for us to have a short-term rebound. But overall, even though we are creating a higher low here, it seems like we are actually creating a lower high here compared to this high. So it seems like this trend still remains bearish unless we are able to create a higher low here. And then there is a potential for us to go back up once again. As of now, the chart seems to be bearish, so we have to expect some earnings that is above expectations for next week, in order for us to have more upside, or in order for us to have a strong rebound. So let's take a look at 9988, the one listed in Hong Kong. So you can see that this is a very, very similar pattern as compared to the BABA. So at 50% at 100.30, we faced some rejection. We almost tested this 61.8 at 104.80, but we only hit a high of 103.80. So it's a shy of $1. And we actually tried to break above this cloud, but we did not manage to. So you can see that on the way up, the cloud has a very strong resistance, and on the way down, the cloud has some support. So you can see that on the way here, this blue conversion line acted as a very, very strong support on the day when there were rumors that Jack Ma were arrested, and then thereafter we managed to close back above this red baseline. So that was some good sign. However, next 2 days we actually fell below this red baseline support and acted as a very strong resistance for Alibaba. So on the Friday, it gapped down. After a gap down, it created this a gap from a high of 96.20 to a low of 92.85. So there's about $3 to $4 gap that needs to be closed one day, and it's likely for us to be closed in the next few sessions. So let's take a look at some supports coming in for Alibaba. We look at the 38.2%, it's at 89.85, so we managed to close above it, about 50 cents higher. So the next support that we will be looking at is 86.55. If we do not hold this 86.55, then it's likely for us to test back this 81.20 before we go back to these lows of around $70. So that is very critical for this $80 psychological support for Alibaba to hold. Once again, there may be some stop hunting here. That is the previous support here. So there might be market makers who want to flush out all these retail investors to just break this 81.20 as a previous support, and thereafter we may potentially have a short-term rebound for 998. Overall, you can see that this is a high here and this is a lower high here. So this is a lower high here, this is a lower low, higher low compared to this. So we have to create a higher low here for us to go back up once again, and hopefully create a higher high. Then there's a chance for us for reversal. But as of now, the chart still looks very bearish. Unless we are able to clear this 95.15 and even this 98, then we can expect more upside towards this 103.80 before we can hopefully break back up above this 104.80 and retest this 111 levels, which is a very, very strong resistance for Alibaba for now. So overall, the chart is very bearish. The only way for us to go back up is for a short-term rebound on the earnings day, which is likely to be next week. But even if earnings were above expectations, we can gap up. But not forgetting, even if we do gap up, I'm afraid that it may be a relief rally. So we can only hope for the best and expect the worst. And if there's any changes, I'll give you guys an update. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe as you keep the uptrend on channel intact. Till we meet again, appreciate the manipulation.